Hi there, Caitlin Arce of 100 Leaf Healing Arts here, and I'm here for this month's installment of Womb Wellness Wednesday. And this month for Womb Wellness Wednesday, we're going to be talking about down-regulating the nervous system, and I'll get into why that is important for womb work. But I wanted to share a couple of tips that I really appreciate for down-regulating the nervous system. So this is for helping you to chill out, to relax. And we all know slow, deep breaths. It's great if you can focus on really elongating your exhale, because if you were being chased by something wild, you would not be able to take these slow, deep exhales. You'd be taking more inhales, which is actually upregulating. So another trick, there's two kind of abdominal massage techniques that I'll show you. One is to just take your hands, and I make them pretty heavy, full palms, and from right above the heart to about the sternum, just brush down in a slow, heavy-handed motion, all while taking your slow, deep breaths. And the second one is also involving the sternum. There's this really sensitive part here, this little triangle here where our body's not quite as protected, and therefore that's one of the parts that if we can help to soothe that part, our body knows that it's really, really safe. So I like to always go clockwise when I'm doing circles. And here, it's kind of the opposite of the one that I just did. I'm using a really, really soft touch. I'm using my full palm again, but it's almost like slightly more than a tickle. And I'm doing clockwise circles just in that tiny little triangle. You'll note the triangle, it's right at the base of the ribs here, and you can note it because it is a little more tender than other spots. So why does this matter when we're talking about womb work? Why do I include this in my postpartum sessions, in my womb healing sessions? Down-regulating the nervous system is a tremendously important part of doing any work that's going to be trauma-focused, any work that where we're going to go really deep. And of course, when we're working with postpartum mamas, birth itself can be experienced in the body as a trauma, so we want to help to soothe from that experience. So why does that matter? We want to down-regulate the nervous system in order to allow us to soothe and really go deep. So womb massage, if we're doing a full womb lift to get the womb into proper alignment, we actually are doing quite heavy lifting there. It is a pretty deep form of touch. If you've ever had it done, it's a form of touch that I teach online in Earth to Heart Embodiment Lab, and that I talk about in my introductory class, which is called Feminine Embodiment Through the Womb. And because it is such a deep touch, we want the body to be really prepared. So anytime we're going deep, whether it's spiritually, emotionally, physically, all of the above, it usually is on some level all of the above, we need to prep the body, and then we need to soothe the body afterwards. So in this example, if we're gonna do deep touch of the womb space, we want the body to be really soothed so that it's ready to receive. I like to compare it to sex, right? We don't just go straight to intercourse. We have foreplay, we get things ready and nice and open before we go for the goal, right? And it is absolutely the same when we're doing trauma work, when we're doing the womb work. We want the body to be nice and prepared. So those are my little techniques that I use. They're incredibly effective. I'll notice particularly with postpartum mamas that they tend to fall asleep the second I start doing this. They're like totally zonked out because hello, you're tired when you have a newborn at home and when you've just given birth. So I know that one is really effective because they're not falling asleep with other types of touch necessarily, but that one really knocks people out. So I love to do particularly the circles if I have some digestive upset, so we can allow the rest and digest cycle, because if we're not digesting well, we might want to encourage our body to just have a little more regulation. And I like to do either of these techniques if I'm feeling stressed, if I'm feeling anxious, if I'm feeling impatient, just to kind of slow myself down. They're really easy techniques that you can incorporate. I'm totally someone who's like in the grocery store, standing in a line, rubbing my belly, and that's just what we do. So if you are curious about in-person or remote sessions, if you're curious about any of my teaching that I offer online, I would absolutely love to share with you more. Feel free to message me, to email me. Check us out, 100 Leaf Healing Arts. And the website is 100leaf.com, and that is spelled out HUNDREDLEAF.com. And I look forward to sharing with you every month for Womb Wellness Wednesdays. And I hope you enjoyed this little segment about the nervous system. Thanks so much.